Oh, I should have gotten water.
Oh,
Is there a water case somewhere here?
I feel
Hi.
like there
The
is.
water.
Hey,
Welcome to the 8th.
23rd.
You know, let me 9th minus 1st 8th podcast.
Hey, Toast, can I have some of that?
Can I have it after her?
Antioxidant infusion.
Stop giving them a
blue.
shout out. We're not sponsored.
Yeah, take off the tag, dude. You have to pay for this product placement.
Thank you. Yeah.
What?
Oh, don't worry, I'll do it
Antioxidant.
like
I feel like it's just a bug.
Yeah, I have no idea
It
what that
really
means.
is. Like,
The
they could put
buzzword.
a single fucking chia seed
What's
in here and they'll be like,
what's
antioxidants.
All right.
Whatever
so,
oxidant it is anti it. Welcome to the 8th ever podcast. I'm your host with the most, this guy's Toast. And today we're joined by Offline TV producer Josh Zell Kim.
Hello.
Pog.
How are you doing, Josh?
don't
Just-
forget to like and sub.
Yes, that too.
That's my first line.
It says it right there.
Yeah.
You want to start over?
You want to start over? Yeah. Okay.
No, I think the way you delivered it was great.
I think so too.
That was
Yeah.
enough.
You forgot to subscribe.
That was good.
Like,
And subscribe.
comment, subscribe.
Especially
Especially
subscribe.
subscribe. All right. Sorry. Go on.
Sorry, Josh. Go on.
Yeah, no, I was having a great day and watched a lot of anime today. It was great. That's pretty much it.
All right. Also, we have Pokey, who recently
Hey.
celebrated her 5 years on Twitch. Is it just like 5 years from the first time you
that's
ever
fun.
streamed?
No, 5 years partnership.
Partnership.
So it's like 5 years plus like 3 months
Oh.
streaming. Or 4 months.
Hey,
something like that.
Pokey.
Thanks.
Yay!
Wow, so nice, guys. Thanks.
How was it?
It was
12
very
hours.
fun.
I've never
I-
seen you stream past 5 hours.
Okay, I streamed like 9 hours of
Would you like to
Detroit
elaborate on
Lions.
that, Toast?
Come on.
Fight.
To be completely honest, it wasn't as bad as I thought it would be. So I think I might do it more.
What's your strategy?
Double down, 24 hours.
Do 24 hours.
Oh, no.
Anyways, moving on to Lily. Thanks so much for being on. Your eyes right now.
24 hours to Kiro stream, and every time we die, we take turns.
How about every
Every
time
time
we
you
die,
die,
we
you-
take a shot?
Oh, no, you
wanna
would,
die?
you would
Till we
actually
actually
die.
Literally
die.
want to die.
I was thinking every
die.
time you die, you have to stream a little longer.
Extra 10 minutes.
We could go from like a 4-hour stream to a 24-hour stream real quick.
Real quick.
And then we have Lily Pichu.
Woo!
What's up?
There's nothing new about me.
Nothing new?
Woo!
All right.
She has
Well,
a dog, guys.
You have a dog. Okay, go back.
Okay. So, Josh, that last point, is that 100% confirmed or do you want to confirm it next week?
Oh, yeah,
after
that is being confirmed. Yes.
being confirmed?
Yes.
100%?
100%. I probably like 99%, but yes.
You checked
So
with
we
Mike?
don't say it. Or we do
There is a
say it.
90% chance that we are going to have.
Yeah.
So do we
just-
say
just-
it or
just-
There's
just
a
say it.
not-
99% chance that we're going to start uploading these podcasts on a dedicated offline TV podcast channel
Yeah.
and Spotify and iTunes.
Yeah.
Do people still use
Yeah.
iTunes?
And SoundCloud. What the fuck?
iTunes is the #1 place where people listen
For
to
podcasts.
podcasts. So,
Yep.
so yeah, we're working on getting this stuff on like the audio only channels, and then also for its
So
own
they can
YouTube.
listen to this while they're in their car.
Or in the
Hello
shower.
there.
or pooping.
Or in their car's shower.
How's your morning drive going? It's a long commute, but it's okay. We're here to keep you company.
But keep your eyes on the road, please.
Yes, safety first.
Yes.
All right, let's jump right into
The news.
the topics.
No, you're just
just
get-
go,
get
just get it out.
I
of the way.
didn't make these topics. Sean made these topics. So the first thing we're going to talk about is how Disguised Toast won first place at the League of Legends Twitch Rivals while playing against some of the best streamers and players in the league scene, and they got their ass dumpstered by a silver player.
True? True?
Yay.
Yeah, it was. Did you guys enjoy it this time around?
Yeah.
Yeah. Do you guys prefer like this format where every round you get to play, even if you lose, even if you win, but just with different people?
This is an interesting format.
I
The
thought it was
fact
very
that it's
interesting.
Yeah. Because like the first time around, it was cool to see the team sort of come together and then like figure out their strengths.
But
and-
on the flip side, those scrims gave a lot of people stress.
yes.
Oh yeah, people.
Much higher
I
pressure.
love it.
Competitive. But then the round robin style, it's like, oh yeah, have fun next game. I'm versing you. I'll
Yeah.
see you in game 5. You know, it's like super cute, super lighthearted,
Yeah.
and you get to meet like a lot more people.
Yeah.
That's true.
Like we did.
Yes, exactly. Like
yes,
speed
it's
dating.
like speed dating.
But I think it feels a little. It feels not as good to win, but also not as
It
bad
felt
to
pretty
lose.
good.
Yeah.
So the ups and downs are just a bit less.
Sure.
Yeah.
So how I personally felt about it was like I would like the other format like once a year or once every 6 months,
But this
and then this
one-
format kind of
Right.
whenever, and it
I
doesn't
get it.
matter, and
Yeah.
it's still like a really cool event. To be honest, like I love doing these Twitch rivals because it's like it's a full day, like 6 hour stream. You're delayed. You don't have to worry about anything,
You don't have
and
to
you
talk
get
to
your
chat.
rich ching every time you win. You know what I'm
talk to
saying?
chat.
Just like you're just fucking gaming, you fucking gamer zone.
Everyone's like, and the house was up by like 8 a.m. I was
Yeah.
up at 7:30.
Yeah.
everyone got their
I love
coffee.
it.
Everyone like just
Yeah.
getting ready to stream. It was like insane. That entire day it was just League of Legends.
Definitely, it's a good day of playing video games, and every time you win, here's $200. Here's
Easy
$200. It's like, well, I'm just
So-
playing with friends.
It was very fun.
In the house now, we have 2 people who have won in Twitch Rivals, right?
Listen, Scar, my time, and Albert's time are coming, and Yvonne's time. Everyone else basically.
The house is
slowly
good luck.
racking up
Don't
wins,
worry.
you know?
The house is good luck.
Yeah,
I mean, the fact that 2 people in our house like
Pretty
actually
cool,
won
huh?
is
That's pretty sick.
really-
Yeah.
yeah. As long as there's someone who
From our
wins,
house.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I
Every
was
time.
rooting
We're
for
happy.
Toast 'cause I'm like,
Yeah.
I mean, like, we can't win at least.
So the tournament was separated into 2 distinct brackets.
Mm-hmm.
You only play against the other bracket if you make it to the finals. So
Mm-hmm.
your first 5 games are in the same bracket. Now everyone, I would like to say, everyone on our bracket were all very chill, and everyone in the house was in
Our bracket.
our bracket.
Yeah.
So I'm pretty sure Riot made an effort to put friends with friends, because on the other bracket
very nice.
there was some.
You want to name names, buddy? You want to...
What's the right insult that's not too vulgar?
Picante means spicy in Spanish.
No, that's not
Buttholes?
insult. But yes, buttholes. The other bracket had quite a few buttholes.
Ooh.
This is very manga-esque.
Buttholes. I counted at least 5 buttholes on that
Oh
side.
wow.
Our side
Five.
was butthole free.
Nice.
Yeah.
Jesus fucking Christ.
How many people were there on that side? I
20 on,
number.
I think 25 on each side, 20 on each side,
20 each side?
20 on each side,
25 on the side.
25
25
on
would
each
make
side.
sense. Yeah.
I'm sure people can find the buttholes.
Buttholes.
Oh
you
my
guys
God.
know who I'm talking about.
Anyway.
Yeah, do you feel good or bad when you play like against a friend and you like kind of crush them, or do you feel bad when you're laning with a partner that's your buddy, but they're really sucking pretty hard?
These are some, like...
I prefer to shit on my friends rather than like a situation.
I guess I prefer to win no matter what.
Honestly, I have little to no emotions in regards to who I'm playing against. But sometimes who I'm
laughs.
playing
I have no emotions.
No, but sometimes who I'm playing with is who I'm concerned about. Like
Yeah.
if I'm playing with someone, I always want to make sure that like they're having a good time. And if they're a friend of mine, they're not having a good time, then like I get like Monka S, right? But in terms of who I'm playing against, I assume that like they're not going to take it personally if I shit on them, and I'm not going to take it personally if they shit on me, and it's all just for good fun.
Really?
Frick
So if I
around.
gank you and then
You've probably ganked me already.
I type question mark in
you
all
just
chat.
don't successfully gank me.
Oh, all right.
Oh wait, I guess Pokey's the
Wow.
one team I didn't beat actually, because I beat
Actually,
everyone else.
Dude, that game was so...
The 60-minute game.
Honestly, that
Tyler
game...
won Yasuo.
Yeah, that game, I was like, I don't care if I win any game after. That was such a fun game. That was like, I'm so happy we won. Rest of the tourney, I was like, whatever.
this game was lost off one auto attack.
For anyone that didn't watch, literally Toast's team had a Riven that got really far ahead and they were playing really, really well. And they got to a point where they were one Nexus hit away from killing our Nexus. And me and Tyler like went back to base just to kill them. Tyler even like flashed to get an auto. I don't think he needed to flash, but either way, it was so freaking intense. One Nexus auto away, and we came back from that.
It was a good game to watch, though.
And it was the first game of the day, an hour long.
It was so long that everyone else was done, so the entire tournament, everyone's spectating.
The first game, our
was
game was done in like 20 minutes.
We're so sorry.
Literally spent 40 minutes.
Sorry. We delayed the
waiting.
entire tourney.
It was like really funny though.
How was your overall experience, Lily?
It was okay. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
What could have made it better?
I just played the champions I wanted to play.
Did you feel
learning
pressure to
experience.
play champions you didn't want to play?
Sometimes, but that's more on me than anyone else. It's like I tell myself like, oh, I'll just like do what the team wants, right? That's just my lack of self-confidence.
Would you rather pick a champion you don't want to play and lose, or pick a champion you insist on and then lose and get flamed because it's like, wow, you picked your champion and you still lost?
These choices are both really bad.
Yeah.
I wanna get better. I actually asked Yozu, that 18-year-old challenger Lux player or whatever, to coach me, and he actually spent like an hour or two coaching me the other day.
What did he
Really
teach
nice
you?
kid. I'll give you the text document. It's actually really useful.
Oh, he wrote you a document?
No, I wrote everything down.
Oh.
That's
Very
so
useful.
good.
And he did VOD reviews and like told me what to do. He was like spectating me while I'm like, wow.
That's so
I
helpful.
lost the next 2 games. Not on him, it's on me, but it was really cool.
Did you guys make any friends at the tournament?
Yeah, I added wrist to the Garen one trick.
Garen one trick.
Yeah, he's really nice.
I heard some of his content. He just seems like those impossibly nice people.
He's
and like,
so
He's like a character
positive.
from a TV show.
No, it's like insane.
Or an
We were
anime.
playing with him and voice comms, and he would be like, "I am on my way bot lane. Do you guys mind if I join you?" Ha 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 ha. It was like so nice, and we're in a call with like Abe, Jummy, me. We would like to savage each other, right? So we're just like, what do we say?
I don't trust anyone who's that nice all the time.
was
There's
really
gotta be
Demacia.
there's gotta be. I remember when he yelled.
No, he's
so
really,
fucking
he's really
funny.
nice. Super nice person.
Cool. All right. Do you think champion main fits their stereotypes? I mean, one thing I noticed is jungle players are generally like toxic and jaded and
I
bitter.
put that question there because I wanted to know what you guys.
I think it's because
Draven
everybody blames the jungler all the time.
Yeah.
More than any other
Oh, yeah,
role.
you
Yeah, do you have
Usually,
experience
freaking
to us with
jungler.
this?
Yeah, I play like so right now my matchmaking gets matchmade with bronze players.
What?
Because you can see your teammates' rankings now.
Yeah.
I would click bronze, silver 4, silver 3. I'm like, okay. And I still lose, but for the record. And it's like, no matter what I do, someone will always like flame me. And you can pinpoint like, all right, he fed first blood. All right, he died twice. All right, third time. 3, 2, 1. What the fuck is my gank, you trash jungle? Jungle difference.
They always say jungler. different.
Jungle difference is what they hear from like good players and big
Yeah.
streamers, and they're like, if I type jungle difference, that's the real reason I lost. It's because you're trash garbage, kid.
Well, you could be like, I won the Twitch Rivals tournament.
Yeah.
Clearly, I know what I'm doing.
It's like, how can I beat challenger players, but I can't beat top players?
It's your team.
Yeah, team
No,
difference.
honestly, I feel like in that elo, you literally have to pick like a 1v5 type of champ and just get fed. And you like, because you've learned how to play with people who are higher elo, which is generally like really good for getting better at the game. In your elo, you cannot trust your teammates
Yeah,
like
at
you
all.
do
Oh, yeah, that's not-
with the people that you currently play with.
Yep.
You actually cannot.
When you're golden below, like my aim is always to just tilt the other players into submission. You
Ooh,
know, like,
that's
like
good.
Play Lee Sin and then just literally sit in their lane, and they'll just
Mm.
AFK.
Oh my gosh, she looked at the
Josh,
camera.
what do you
That
main?
was so cute.
I usually main AD carry, but if I'm trying to like just solo carry up, I go mid or jungle.
Mm.
Yeah, because like I feel like when you're an AD carry main, you're kind of at the submission of your support, right? So like I don't like to play bot lane until I'm at a certain elo, like plat and higher, and then I'm like, okay, now I'll play AD carry.
What's your main champion?
Main champion?
Okay, go.
I guess Sejuani.
Okay, go.
I don't know, actually.
Alright.
Lucian, maybe? Just he's always broken, so I always play him.
Lucian's good.
What about you, Lily? You put this question. Do you think you're like Lux? Is that why you put in this question?
No, it was from Rist and Garen. So like if you expect the Garen main to be that positive and
Yeah.
like,
True.
confident, so I thought it wasn't. And then like,
Do you have anything in common with Lux?
no, not really.
But you're both very positive.
Not really.
Yeah,
I'm
you're
not-
right.
I'm
You didn't
not
take
pretty-
that bait,
I'm pretty
did you?
jaded.
Yeah. Any players you were excited or nervous to play with? Tyler won.
So excited to play with Tower 1, but then they changed my bracket.
Oh.
I was really sad. I really wanted to support him.
Mm-hmm.
I was very excited.
Why did they change your bracket?
I think to balance Elo
Yeah,
Oh.
that
because it was
was
pretty
more.
unbalanced.
Man. Oh well.
It'd be like that.
Yeah, I think for a lot of support players, it was very daunting to support Tyler 1 because you mess up, you get 60,000 fanboys calling you an e-girl. Because I think 5 out of the 6
Even when
supports,
you're a boy.
yeah, 5 out of 6 supports on our bracket were all girls. And the number of times I saw the word e-girl in his chat, e-girl, 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 e-girl,
Some
e-girl.
of the yeah.
Ooh.
But Tyler 1 himself were pretty chill. Like,
It's the chat that's usually like toxic as fuck. I was like,
I like how
should
you thought
should
about it for a
curse?
second.
And I was like, I just cursed.
That reminds me of kind of like the hot topic of the week that I don't like. We don't have to get into, but I'm gonna bring it up in case anyone's interested. But it's like the idea of whether or not a streamer can control their audience
there.
or not, or is responsible for it. Oh, really?
Yeah, I put
That is
in
a
there.
hot topic.
so what's the drama that's making this a discussion?
I think it's been a slow burn for a while. Honestly, like
There was something that happened.
Oh, okay. Well, I was
Alright,
thinking of like.
give us
PewDiePie
a
and-
non-biased description.
I have to say I'm not fully up to date, but from what I've seen, it's for example, I think Greek was playing GTA 5 and there was like a girl who was new to role playing or something, and maybe she obviously was new and wasn't doing as good of a job, and I think his viewers like shat on her. Not sure. And I think there were other similar instances in GTA 5. I also think that like yesterday there was a Trainwrecks podcast. I don't know what happened between Trihex and XQC, but I think a lot of XQC's fans like shat on Trihex for something. It was actually kind of funny. He like woke up and he tweeted his Twitter mentions, and they were all just like random people like weird champing him or roasting him or whatever it was. So as far as I know, it's just like examples like that where communities like Greeks or XQCs or whoever else, especially the much larger streamers that have been role playing as well, end up going into people's chats and saying things like that.
Yeah, to kind of piggyback off this, like the way I've heard about this recently was with PewDiePie, and sort of like people point to the fact that he like follows people on Twitter who are like tangentially related to alt-right and stuff
Oh my
like
God, I
that.
saw that too.
Yeah, right. And so some people are arguing like, is PewDiePie someone who gives a bigger voice to the alt-right and stuff like that? And you know, and so it's one of those things. It's been like a hotbed kind of topic about like, to what degree can people who are of that size of of content creator to control their communities? And I don't know. It's an interesting question.
Also, Moon did have a clip that was viewed a lot that said something like, basically saying that these people do have control of their communities and they should take responsibility for it, and realize that they have an influence on these people and they shouldn't just say, hey, I can't control others. I mean, you guys don't.
Yeah,
we
this-
really
this-
don't have to get into
This
it.
is
if
a
we
hot
don't wanna.
topic. I'm down to talk about it. I think it's
I'm down
interesting.
too.
Yeah, I think they do have a lot of influence because a lot of these viewers that are like fans of these, how you say, variety streamers, their fan base are very rabid and they will treat their favorite streamers word like the word of God. It's like, yeah, I agree, yeah. It's like, it's crazy how fanatical some of them are. If you tell them, it's like, hey, it's not cool, maybe like 60% of them listen and the 40% of them are just going to be toxic anyway. Like, but you're influencing 60% of the people. I think if you say something, the impact is pretty big, and anyone who makes an effort is just saying, it's like, hey guys, don't be mean, don't be rude. If I catch any of you doing like shitting on people or rating people or like saying racist stuff in other people's chat, I'm gonna ban you in my channel. Like, that's usually a good enough statement. Obviously quite a few of them are still gonna go over, but
yeah,
making the effort, I think, goes a long way.
I don't think you can control everybody. Sorry to cut you off. I was just wanting to jump in because I think, like, for a lot of content creators, it's hard sometimes to say no to a big audience. Things kind of snowball, and it's kind of similar to when you're on stream with friends and you guys are ribbing each other and blah blah, and it goes too far, right, or something like that, and you feel uncomfortable. You also don't want to be the party pooper, right? And so, like, I think similarly, when your chat starts to bubble over, get really excited, or wanting to roast somebody or something, it's hard to say no to those people. But I think doing that and standing up for against your audience sometimes is really powerful. I don't know.
I agree.
With what?
What am I supposed to say more to this?
Have you
your
ever
opinion is?
experienced toxicity from other streamers, or know that
Yes.
your streamer?
Not my viewers.
You
but
never seen your chat flame anyone?
No, if they do, I tell them like off. I will ban them.
Mm.
But for me, I can't speak for bigger streamers. I don't have, I don't have the 20K viewer size, right? So I don't know what that's like.
Have you had experience from like chat from another streamer coming to your chat like, wow,
Oh, you mean
fucking
that?
suck?
No, I meant like I read other chats from other streamers.
Any examples?
No, I'm not gonna name anything. There have been many in the past. I'm not gonna.
Look, do you know the Me Too movement?
Let's just say sometimes, this is one of my earliest streaming experience, right? I was in a game with a bigger streamer, and then I talked in, microphone, voice talk, and obviously, people who aren't used to me will say, oh my god, meet her, she's annoying, blah, 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 whatever, right? And the streamer did nothing to stop it or anything like that. And that has always, like, hurt me. Like, I've always remembered that moment. So for me, it's like, I just told myself I will never be the one to do that to other people. Yeah. Like, it means a lot when, especially like if you consider them your friends, that they stand up for you too. Okay, that's my story.
Actually, something like that happened to me really recently with the GTA roleplay stuff. Don't quote me. I think it was Forsen's chat, and I've heard, I think, good things about Forsen's chat, but also bad things. I have no idea. Again, I hope I'm remembering correctly. Somebody like sent me a screenshot of when my character was like on his stream, and like his whole, quite a few people in his chat were just like, rape her, like my character, or just like mug her, punch her. Like, it was so odd. Yikes. And I was just like massive weird champ when I saw it. But I didn't comment on like the tweet or whatever, because I don't really care to draw attention to that, or like, I was surprised to see it kind of put off, but yeah.
Wow.
It is definitely the kind of thing that you see and you're like, it stands out to you. Like, you remember it,
And you do remember that. You're like, oh, that sucks. I wish they would have said something. They could easily stop that kind of stuff. But just like I said, even 60%, right? But when nothing is done, it's like, oh. Okay.
Yeah, I thought you were just gonna say like, oh, e-girl. I
don't remember. No, that's the thing. Like, when you think back to that memory, like, you're not gonna remember exactly how many people said X thing or Y thing, but I know that comment was said a lot. Everybody was just spamming odd things about me. I also cannot speak as to what he said, whether he was like, guys, don't say that or whatever, because again, it was just like a screenshot that I was sent on Twitter, and then I think people were like talking about it and whatever. But at the time, I was like, I since I didn't watch the VOD, there's nothing that I can really comment on about it.
Yeah, like, I guess it's not whether or not it's effective. You just want to see an effort on the streamer's part. It's like, hey, maybe you say it and like nobody listens, but at least people will understand. It's like, hey, he made an effort. I have an example. So I know this couple, and they're both streamers, and in the guy streamer's chat, whenever the girl streamer appears, like his chat just kind of like, leech, it's her, disgusting.
That's so sad.
And
Wait, they're together?
they're together. And she mentions like, oh,
Leech, by the way.
What?
yeah.
I'm sorry. That's
I mean, isn't marriage just a form of leeching, guys? Like, come on.
I remember the girl streamer like mentions like, oh, I feel bad because my boyfriend doesn't
Yeah.
react to it.
No, that's
Yeah,
that's
no,
why
for
I'm
sure.
like, when that should never be an issue
Yeah.
Yeah.
because he probably should react to it.
Yeah. And then like I think they talk and then he realized, oh yeah, it's his responsibility
Mhm.
to just even say something or just tell his mods to do something.
That's
So
your girlfriend. I mean,
yeah.
Yeah.
I think for a lot of us it's just like, hey, put in some effort to control it. Doesn't have to be effective, but
Yeah, I agree. I actually think that in most cases it is effective. I actually think I have a bit of a hot take on this, which is honestly just that
hot take.
I'm really not sure how hot of a take it is, but I feel like people don't like filtering their viewers because they don't want to lose viewers.
I was just gonna bring that
Because
up.
they
Yeah.
realize that, you know, the more selective you are with your community, the smaller your community has to be to some extent,
Right.
and the harder it can be to grow.
Yeah.
Interesting. So
that
you,
is, I think.
I was just gonna bring that up. I was gonna say, like, do you think people don't stand up because they want to have the widest reach possible?
Yes,
you know, and
That's
so it's
definitely
like,
like part of some people.
And also
Yeah.
because, like, in this demographic, being like edgy or cool, or allowing people that are anonymous on the internet to say whatever the fuck they want,
Yeah.
like, there's such a large audience for that and market for that. So yeah.
yeah. I mean, when you think about like websites that exist, like, have you guys heard of 8chan? It was something that I had heard of
Is
recently.
it
Kind of.
different from 4chan?
It's different from 4chan. So there are like several numbers of 4chan, and it goes up to 8chan, which is called Infinity Chan. Yeah, no, I looked into this after
Wowsies.
the New Zealand shootings, and so what was happening though is apparently 8chan is like where like the really edgy
Edgy?
stuff
Oh,
is,
wow.
and so like when Reddit was putting down all the videos of the shooting that had happened, everyone was clamoring to 8chan, which is like the edgy place that like isn't filtered at all. And so yeah, there clearly is a market for people who want to appease these sort of you know, edgier like sites or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
yeah. Because when you call your community out, you're essentially like saying
You're telling
they did
a
wrong.
certain amount of people to like F off, right?
Yeah, it's like, but
Yeah, I'd rather not have
yeah.
toxic people in my community, though.
Yeah.
I don't know. I would not enjoy streaming if I read mean things every day.
Yeah.
I just think that like the people who decide to do that should at the very least like realize that they're doing that and
Yes.
say, hey, these people may not necessarily be saying what I'm saying, but like I choose not to ban them. But they also shouldn't disregard the fact that they do largely influence what their chat does.
Yes.
Literally in the title of influencers, right? So I don't
But
know.
also, like, personally speaking, when I see that from another streamer, I don't think I like judge them that harshly unless they're like actively saying some shit against me. If I see someone do that, I'm just like, whatever. I guess they don't care, or they value the viewership or the potential gain over having a certain community.
Yeah, it's tough. It's tough because I think it's like a morality issue and like what your sort of virtues and values are. Because like, yeah, I don't know. I think for some people, it's like I want the world to be the best place possible, and I would want to push down toxicity as much as possible. So they should always call it out. And then other people are more like, well, it does really
It's a free
well.
world.
Yeah.
You know?
Oh, also, I want to add, I see a lot of people saying things like, oh, just like be able to control everyone forehead, but I don't think it's that at all.
No.
I think it's like the type of message that a streamer spreads will affect, like, I would honestly say upwards of 90% of their audience.
Yeah.
There can always be like 1, 2, 10, a select number of people that like you will never be able to control. They can
Yeah.
watch your stuff and decide whatever the heck they want if they're crazy. But the large majority of people will very closely follow the type of message that you send.
Yeah, like whenever two streamers have like a disagreement over a topic,
Mhm.
it's not a coincidence that every fan from one streamer believes the same thing as their favorite streamer, and every fan, like the majority of fans from like the other streamer, also coincidentally believe in his sides. Like, they didn't just randomly get split into two streamer camps and just happen to all agree on the same thing. It's just that they want to back the streamer up. So it's like, yeah, no, my streamer is correct, your streamer is wrong. Like
Also, because they're fans of you, they're more likely to see your side.
Yeah.
Yes,
They've
of
seen
course.
everything from your situation. They haven't seen anything from the other streamer situation, so it's easy to just take sides like that.
Mm-hmm.
There's always 3 sides to a story, guys.
What's the
One
three
side,
sides?
the other, and the truth.
It's the same.
I feel it.
She feels it. I feel her.
So yeah, there's a lot of drama right now. I think like Summit is like talking stuff about Moon, and then there's like train wrecks with Destiny and Hassan.
Yeah, there's so much. I have not
Honestly,
I haven't followed enough of it.
There's like new drama every week. If it's not this, it's gonna be something else, and people.
How come we're never
But I
involved in
do
drama?
think
Drama's
this is
really
a pretty
in right now.
interesting
It's
topic.
just like
Drama's always in.
Yeah.
People just want to
people have made their careers off of drama.
stuff like that.
We need to get in on. No.
drama.
We need to get in on this.
We gotta punch up. Who's somebody we can punch up to?
Punch me.
All right.
No, punch
All
up.
right, ready?
Actually,
Come
punch me.
No. We need someone bigger. We need to we need PewDiePie to punch you.
Oh God.
PewDiePie punches
God.
me. That's the YouTube video.
For pat.
Fucking
Honestly,
ad
it'd be
revenue.
worth the money.
It
It would be worth the money.
That's the sad part.
So yeah, to wrap it up, influencers have more control than they let on.
But it's your choice whether or not you want to.
Yeah.
No one can force
Yes. I just think people should be aware of whether they are positively influencing or they're just not really doing anything, which is again their choice, but is an action in itself. There was also another thing.
Spill the tea, honey.
Okay.
Ooh, oh my God. Yeah, I'm trying to remember properly. Give me a sec. Okay, so the Greek thing that I was mentioning, when there was that girl that wasn't doing such a good role play, apparently I think this would happen, his viewers harassed her to the point that she cried on stream.
Oh, wait, really?
And Trainwrecks was talking about this on his podcast, and people were just like, oh mega lol, she cried, like that means nothing. And there was specifically this other female streamer that was very, very much for that opinion. She's like, women use their emotions to manipulate others, and just because she cried, that's not something that should be rewarded.
What the fuck?
When I watched that, my mind was blown, like epically fucking blown.
Imagine being this girl trying to role play in front of thousands of people.
No, but the thing is, she probably didn't even have thousands of viewers. I don't know for sure, but it's like,
other people.
yeah, but then those thousands of people come to you.
Get shit on,
Yeah.
cries, then gets talked about on the podcast where another woman says that she's using her emotions for manipulate. I would feel like shit if I were here. Okay, I don't know.
That sounds messed up. Cause like a lot of the big streamers who tried out RP, like quite a few of them got unwhitelisted because they were doing such a terrible job. But because they have such a big fan base, it's like you have this layer of protection. It's like, oh, that's how you RP. Kind of deal. I'm just RPing as an asshole. That's what's wrong with that. But like this girl, like maybe like I can imagine that someone's is really bad at RP. Like she's a new player and she does like a crappy job. Like
And it's not an easy thing to be naturally good at.
Yeah.
No,
Yeah.
that role play
Yeah.
is very like you need the skills to develop it. It's
Everybody's
tough.
first D&D character sucks. That's like a rule that happens.
Listen, you know, like my half elf Lilith song.
That's
Bard?
not even your first. Oh, really?
Yeah,
They're all
almost
elf girls. Not original.
With big boobies.
always.
Like the female version of the male, like silent assassin dagger type.
Yeah.
Literally feds. Yeah.
Fed.
yeah, it's
Someone saying it was
It
their
was her
first
first
stream.
stream.
Wow. Imagine this girl being like, "Oh my god, I'm so excited to join the
If you
streaming
ever
craze."
listen to this VOD, I'm so sorry for your first experience being that, and please don't take that as like an example
This
of
will
what
make
the
you
rest
stronger.
of your streaming life can be like.
Yeah.
What doesn't kill you makes you stronger. I don't know lyrics after that. But yeah.
But yeah, that I really didn't like hearing that.
Yeah.
All right.
Alrighty.
moving
That was
on
a-
to more positive topics. Let's talk about pop culture. Because everyone loves pop culture. You guys, we've seen the sorry, Josh.
You know that happens
Producer
more
man.
often than I like. How is that possible? It's one thing for someone to mistake me as Albert, which does happen, but Mark. That's like, and it happens more frequently than I would have
You
ever
guys
expected.
are always together. Alright?
It doesn't matter. Why would you look at me and go, "Is that a tall white
Well,
guy?"
Sometimes your brain is like.
You guys are
When I
always
was playing
together.
Sekiro, I wanted to address Albie, but I was on Kakao Talk talking to Jummy. So I was like, okay, so yeah, Jummy, and I was like on stream, and that's the most awkward fucking thing ever. Sometimes your brain just
Yeah.
fucks up.
It's really not that uncommon.
Oh god, that was awkward.
Right. Josh, have you
Yes.
seen the movie Us?
So I haven't yet. I'm gonna watch it this week.
Ooh, no spoilers, but what did you guys think? No spoilers.
I mean, if you guys
I
want to
really
talk about it, I
liked
can
when
just step out for a
everybody
second.
died. That was really good.
yeah.
Dude, that
I really
ending
like when
Yeah.
the whole
with
family
the cake
dies.
and
That
everything
was
with
really
the bunny
good.
rabbits.
Yeah.
So cute.
And then the bunny started making more babies. That
yeah,
was a
they
really
made
good
like
ender
300
scene.
babies.
That was
I
really
wonder how they
good.
got all those baby
I
bunnies
really
for the
don't know.
movie.
Very impressive.
They're really cool.
It took me a second to realize that's of course not what happens in this movie.
Yeah, the bunnies reproduce. That's like,
No, yeah, I really liked it. To be honest, I felt like maybe like the beginning to middle was a little slow, but the last like third of the movie I really, really enjoyed. And I especially enjoyed reading up about everybody's theories regarding the plot
Yes.
afterwards.
The theories
yes.
were-
It's
I
think
one
that's,
of
like, the
those
best part.
social symbolism allegory stories.
If you guys want to talk about it in detail, I can just like step
no,
out.
I don't think we
and-
can
No.
because there's
Okay.
lots of viewers in
Yeah.
chat that
Oh,
have
okay,
seen
yeah,
it.
but
okay.
you should watch it. It's good.
But
So
yeah,
the
symbolism.
only thing I know is obviously people compare it a lot to Get Out, which was done by the same person.
Mhm.
And
It's the
involving,
social
sort of
commentary.
social
Similar
commentary
things, yeah.
about. I mean, this time like it's a black cast, but
Mhm.
there's nothing like racial about it.
Hmm.
True.
Well, I don't know. I'm not.
I mean, as far as most of the theories go, it's not supposed to be about race, but I can't say.
But I know some of the theories talk about like race and class, and it's interesting.
Mostly class, but
It's
yeah,
interesting.
all the theories are very interesting.
Yeah, it's a good movie. It's very stressful. Like throughout the
Oh, yeah.
entire movie, I'm like,
I was stressed.
I
as
like it.
heck.
it's a very exhausting movie because your brain is always like high strung throughout the entire.
Oh boy, I can't wait. I'm terrible with like horror movies and stuff like that, so
It's
really excited to lose my
It's not
brain.
like super gory though. If
Okay.
that's what bothers you.
No, gore doesn't really bug me. It's like psychological tension,
Yeah, it's
and you
like-
sit
yeah.
there like,
It's a
Get
lot
fucked, Josh.
psychological tension in the
yeah,
movie.
no.
well, okay, well, yeah, I'm gonna die.
check it out. Other stuff. Netflix had Love, Death, and Robots.
Dude,
I heard that show was really
Yeah.
it's
good.
like a love letter to like animation almost for me.
Oh, really?
No, but just because like each show is so
Mhm.
different in like
Yeah.
style and like the
I
animation
think
is
that's very, very cool.
so cool.
Have you
I
guys
love
seen it?
I haven't
I've
seen
seen
it,
some episodes.
Please.
Yeah.
but is
watch
it
it.
like Black Mirror like?
Yeah,
or-
kinda.
Yeah,
In the
it's
sense
like-
that every episode is different.
I gotcha.
Yeah.
It's 24 episodes.
It's
Each
not
is standalone.
24?
Like
Pretty
20?
sure
20?
it's like 18 or some shit. Let me check.
It's been so long since
It's
I've
a
seen
number
something
between
that
like
isn't
10
anime.
and 30.
There you go. It's all standalone. They're all animated by a different, different style, different story, and they range between like 5 minutes to 20 minutes. So like some is just a 5 minute short, and then others is a 20-minute
18.
story. 18. There you go.
To be honest, some of them are like a little hit or miss for me.
Yes, there's some
But
good
there
ones.
were-
Yeah.
Yes.
Some of them are kind of like it's so short or like very loose endy,
Mm.
but at the very least I like really appreciate the fact that it's just like a show that came out that features a different animation style or animator in general for
Or like a
every
mix of
single
real life
episode.
as
Yeah. Which I
Oh,
think is
interesting.
really cool and obviously
really
never been done
Wow.
before and kind of gives exposure to something that in my opinion doesn't get
Some
enough
of the,
attention.
I think one of them was like the same person who worked on Spider-Verse too, and you can kind of tell.
Oh, the
that's
art style, yes.
Yeah, there's
That's
super
really cool.
Yeah.
It's called Love, Death, and Robots.
Love,
right
Death,
now.
and
I
Robots
just
on
randomly
Netflix.
stumbled on it on Netflix, and I watched the first one. I'm like, wait, this is amazing! Wow, I want them to do another one.
Yeah, some are definitely very good, but some are like they're trying to go for that Black Mirror kind of ending plot twist. But when they only have like 10 minutes to go from beginning to end, they're like, "That's the twist." You're like,
Oh wait, is it only 10 minutes per episode?
between 7 and 20.
Oh, so
Yeah,
it's variable.
Short.
Interesting.
Or long.
Okay.
Mhm.
So definitely check it out. Some are great, and some are just That's it.
Yeah, but you might like it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I like
There will definitely be some that you will really enjoy. And in my opinion, the time commitment is worth it because the episodes aren't even that long.
Yeah, I
you
should
could
watch
just
it.
watch one
Mhm.
and watch more the next
Be
day.
done, though.
All right. Any shows you guys are looking forward to besides Game of Thrones that we're all gonna watch together?
Bill-
I am
Billions.
excited for Game of Thrones.
And to catch up on Promise Neverland. I refuse to watch anything until
Promise
my
Neverland.
trip to EU so I can spam everything on the plane.
dude.
I just finished Promise Neverland
Please
today.
don't spoil anything.
It's
Neverland
Please.
is
just
so
really
good.
good.
Wait, can
It's
you
anime
just tell
chat.
me like if it actually
no,
ends
no, no,
or
no.
if it's like
There's a second season coming
cliffhanger?
out.
Yeah, there's
There's
definitely
100%
yeah.
a second season
But as long
coming
as you
out.
guys are saying it's good, so I'm
It's
excited
so
regardless.
good.
Chat saying Umbrella Academy.
I
thought
really
it was
enjoyed
mediocre.
Umbrella Academy.
Really?
You didn't like it?
I mean, I
It's
skimmed
whatever.
through it, but it felt like
How do you skim through like a
look,
show?
it's like sampling. And I
No,
said,
this is a show you need
trash.
to watch in order for
Sometimes
sure.
I do that too.
But if it's like really long, like aren't the episodes like an hour or 30 minutes, 40 minutes?
Something about Netflix show just feels so soulless to me.
Mm.
Umbrella Academy is just X-Men, but
Less cool.
less cool and boring.
I thought they could have condensed it into like half the episodes. Maybe that would have made it more interesting.
What did you guys not like about it?
It was like
The actors suck, except Ellen Page, who's always a treat.
it was like a.
Actually, I do feel you on that a little bit.
I didn't get attached. I don't know how to word it.
You didn't get attached to the characters?
No, they were all just okay.
You're like me,
It's a solid
bland.
show, but I'm not gonna rewatch it. You know. it's
I do
whatever.
feel like the acting was a little mediocre, but I thought the plot was interesting enough to kind of still enjoy it.
Josh, you watching anything? Anything you're
I
looking
feel
forward
so
to?
embarrassingly weeb because I just don't watch anything that isn't animated
How about-
anymore. But yeah, there's a lot of exciting anime news coming out this year.
Yeah.
So, but I don't want to turn this into a filler arc, which, by the way, we need a film.
Yeah.
But
Yeah.
so yeah,
Are you looking forward to Game of Thrones?
I actually am looking to find because this is the final season. This is like the
Have you
last
guys
hurrah.
all watched all of Game
Yes.
of Thrones?
No,
And I've read the books. And
Wow.
it's okay. I like. I
You
can
guys
keep
want
up.
to know something crazy? Main lady whose name I always forget, Daenerys lady. What's her
Daenerys
name?
Targaryen, Emilia
Oh.
Clarke,
Yes.
beautiful
Emilia
eyebrows.
Clarke.
Beautiful eyebrows.
Beautiful eyebrows.
Her eyebrow movement is crazy.
Do guys
Sorry.
like eyebrows that much?
No,
Some
but
guys.
she's got like crazy eyebrows. Like the way she's able to move them. Just look up Emilia Clarke
Hold
eyebrows.
Oh no, I've seen that. Yeah, that's
When she's doing an interview and she's like talking to the person and her eyebrows are like.
Okay, no,
Pretty
what
much
I was
super
gonna
cool.
say is I recently read an article about her surviving 2 brain aneurysms during the filming of Game of
What?
Thrones, which I'm sure is literally no one is something that like almost no one knows. But she literally kept this a secret for years until like very, very recently, where she came out about it and like did an interview about it. But legit during like the first season filming and I think second season filming, that happened to her, and she was like very close to dying multiple times.
That's insane.
And imagine keeping that kind of thing from like the public when you're getting so much attention and
Yeah.
fame in such a short amount of time.
It's hard enough
crazy.
surviving like one brain aneurysm.
Isn't that
And
when
she
your
still,
brain
like,
goes
pushed herself
boom?
A vessel
Yeah.
pops.
like a vessel pops.
It's
Yeah.
often fatal too.
Legitimately, how
So-
basically my grandpa died.
Wow.
And
heard of-
she still like pushed herself to film
yeah.
and do all of that. And it was such an interesting article to read because you really kind of put yourself in her shoes, like especially after the first brain aneurysm and the recovery that she had to go through. You go through things like memory loss and stuff. And she said like the first thing she thought about when she couldn't remember her name at one point was like, all I've wanted to do is be an actor my whole life. So now how am I ever going to do this if I can't remember my own name and therefore can't remember any of my lines? It's like, that's so sad.
That's
but
really
she
sad.
overcame all of that and then like kaboom, look at her now, you know?
Yeah.
Wild.
What do you think they would have to do if she actually did pass?
Look alike.
You would just recast.
Recast, you would have
You would
just-
recast?
You're
That'd be so
you'd
rough.
have
Would you
to.
CGI or
But then-
recast?
Oh god.
I don't think you could CGI.
I think recast would be easier.
You recast.
But also I feel like your ratings would just kaboom because anytime anybody watched. Or maybe
I don't
I
know.
don't
It
know how that
depends.
has happened in the past.
It's obviously a huge risk to recast, but honestly, it's better than CGI. The CGI they did in Star Wars was
CGI the eyebrows.
Can we? Okay, enough time has passed for Star Wars that we can talk about that scene with Leia,
oh yeah.
Grandmama?
grandmama, because like we know she passed away,
Yeah.
and I thought they were gonna do like this dramatic send off
Mhm.
because she's not gonna be around to film Episode 9.
Right.
So you know the scene I'm talking about where Leia is on
Is
like
she
the
in
ship,
space or something?
and then she
Yeah.
her son blasted her ship.
Mhm.
And like it's poetic because the son she loves kills her and she's drifting off in space. It's like a beautiful send off. And then she fucking turned into Mary Poppins, and like her dead body just starts zooming back into the spaceship. And I was like, wait, because I was like crying because it's so beautiful. It's like what an amazing send off for Carrie Fisher. A dramatic moment, and then they Mary Poppins that shit.
Are you a big Star Wars fan?
That is so funny.
Not like a huge Star Wars fan, but it's like, yes, this is how you send someone off.
That. I thought it was really awkward.
That moment was so
I don't remember the
weird.
details, but I do remember
laughing.
it being a little awkward.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's like, wow, they actually did it in such a tasteful and respectful way.
Oh god.
Yeah.
Yeah, that moment was actually so ridiculous. I just did not like the recent Star Wars movies in general.
They're entertaining.
Mm.
They're for the new generation, right?
I don't think it was for any generation.
Yeah, I don't know.
It's like Boruto.
Yes.
Boruto, the Naruto spin-off.
Kids these days, when they grow up, they're gonna talk about Boruto, and Naruto's just gonna be like, "Oh, that's Boruto's dad."
Do you think we'll ever get that way?
One.
I don't know.
I feel like Naruto is just too
Yeah,
like
iconic
Yeah.
at this
Really?
point.
Yeah,
I
yeah.
think so.
Boruto's dad. He's like,
It's like kids these days not knowing what the save icon actually represents.
"Oh
Yeah.
my god!"
Do you think like some of my viewers know what like a hard disk?
Do you guys know what a hard disk?
Floppy disk?
Yeah.
Floppy disk is?
Floppy disk.
A CD. CDs are still okay.
It's like
right?
the OG USB stick.
Kind of, yeah.
Yeah.
A
They were.
floppy disk.
I don't even think they know what USB sticks are.
You guys know what
You just send
Walkmans
everything
are?
on the cloud.
Yeah.
You guys remember having CD players where you like when you're in the car you'd have to keep them
Flip it?
flat so that
Yeah.
they didn't bump and
remember
skip
that.
all the
Yeah.
time? I hated that shit. Or like your CD had like a little scratch and it like would always skip during that section. I
Do you
hated
remember
that too.
blowing into N64 cartridges before putting it on?
Yeah.
Do you remember blowing?
Yes. That's why I'm asking.
Do they know the dial-up for internet? The sound.
Oh, AOL. And then do they know
No,
that?
do you remember picking up the phone and the internet going out?
Oh,
Yes.
Or like
That-
not
My phone wouldn't even work if someone was on the
you
internet.
couldn't call.
Yeah.
and
My
be
mom
on
would
the
get
internet.
so mad at
My
me.
mom too.
She'd be like, I know you were on the internet because I couldn't call you. And I'd be like, Mom, no, totally no.
She checked my the bill.
Yeah.
Apparently, it was like so much because I used AOL dial-up like every day or something.
AIM?
She got so. Oh, AOL Instant
Yeah.
Messenger.
Okay,
You
but
remember
what about
MSN?
MSN?
MSN.
Wait,
Yeah.
and you guys remember how like you would have certain emoticons and you could set them to any words that you want and it would automatically switch to them. But do you guys remember, maybe this is just like a people that had strict parents thing, but there was this program that you could download where you could hit control space and it would completely hide your MSN into a different like it would your MSN would disappear and it would become a different logo in your bottom right taskbar. It was like a crazy technology for its time.
I just
all
did
right?
Alt Tab.
I just out.
Yeah, Alt Tab. Was
But you
my-
can like see it at the bottom.
My
and
parents
all
aren't
your
tech
little-
savvy.
Yeah.
No, that shit, Pookie, come on. I used to go to fanfiction.net and read fanfictions and tell my mom I'm working on essays.
When I used to work at bank coding for the website, I copied the entire Harry Potter's 6th and 7th book, and I would paste it into the coding software.
That's actually amazing.
Do you remember standing in line for the Harry Potter books?
No.
No.
No, I never did that.
Absolutely
Okay. Well,
Who did that,
not.
nerd?
my dad did.
Loser.
I'm like, Dad, the 7th book is, you have to stand in line. He's like, okay. So he stood in line for like 30 minutes getting me.
Have you guys ever stood in line midnight for something?
No, my parents
No,
wouldn't
I
let
have
me.
not. I couldn't.
No.
But every
never.
time I wanted like a new DS game or something, my dad was like, "We're gonna have to bike to Walmart." Yeah, he was
so
like,
you get
"We're gonna."
exercise.
Yeah, exactly.
Mm.
So like when it was time, he was like, "Yeah, I'll buy it for you now." He was like, "But we're gonna bike there." It was really cute.
Game Boy Advance.
Yeah.
That was around your time, right? I'm just making sure. Like I'm no longer know anymore.
Josh, you ever line up for anything?
Uh,
Midnight anime stuff, a manga release.
No, I have like a semi-sad story
Alright, let's
because
hear it.
because I grew up really poor, and so like, but I loved video games, right? And so when the PS2 came out, it was like a really big deal. Like everyone was like, the PS2, it's like
PS2 was the
gonna be, yeah, it
shit.
was like gonna
Yeah.
be this big
I
deal.
remember.
My parents couldn't afford a PS2, and so for Christmas instead they had like a Christmas card underneath the tree that said, "Hey, your PS2's on its way," and because they couldn't buy it, so eventually they were able to save up enough money to get us a PS2.
That's
so
really
cute.
sweet.
Yeah.
No, I love
That's
that.
so
That's
cute.
so cute. Oh.
That's very
So
heartwarming.
so a lot of my stories about video games were like about kind of like saving enough money for it. So
I think that's good. I always
things
wonder like how
parents
much of
do.
an impact that can have on you later on in life if you're kind of just like handed whatever you want and your parents don't actively, especially when you're really young and still developing, don't actively try to teach you to like work for things in some capacity.
No, it's actually crazy. This is like a common topic that I talk with my therapist about, is like how much your upbringing affects who you are,
now.
and it's
Immensely.
so hard to unwind that, because like
And
imagine
rewire your behavior.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
Because let's say your parents yelled at you, right? And as a kid, you're like, oh, when someone's yelling, it means I need to back off. And so that means that anytime someone brings up their voice, your anxiety rises, right? And that's like a common pattern that you learn. And so unwinding that is tough because you've literally lived your entire life feeling that way. Sorry, Lily.
No. Yeah, no, I completely agree.
It takes
So.
so much self-awareness to first realize like the type of wiring you have, and then so much active effort to change that
Yeah.
in any
And
capacity.
people don't like change easily
No,
No.
people don't like to change.
No.
Of course not. Why would you?
unless it's like trauma or like a big event
Newton's
or
Yeah.
laws,
something.
bro. Something that's in motion just wants to stay in motion.
Yeah, yeah.
Have you guys had experience talking to like a therapist or counselor at university or personally?
Counselors at school suck dick.
Yeah,
Can I say
actually.
dick on this podcast?
I mean, we said
I said
fuck. We
fuck.
said.
I don't know why I'm like more scared to say dick than I am to say fuck.
It's like more graphic. Yeah,
I
don't
guess. Either way, counselors don't know what the frick they're talking about. Let me give an example, which is not even related to mental health. Literally, I went to see a school counselor about school, like my classes, okay? And I took engineering, and the way engineering, and I think any other degree kind of worked, was you had your main classes and then you had electives. And we had like freaking one elective per 4 years. Just kidding. We have like 1 or 2 electives a year. And there's only certain electives that engineers can take.
Yes.
And it's like, you can't take electives that are too easy. Okay, you have these set like 5, 6, 7, 10 electives that you can take, and that's all you can pick from. So I went into my counselor, I spoke with her, I was like, I don't really like this elective. Can I swap it to psych? Because I had a friend who like took that psych class and she was gonna give me all her notes, yada yada. Lady looks at my stuff, but she's like, yeah, that's fine. Puts me in it. I take the whole psych class. I especially liked it because it was online. Ace the shit. Like, it was so great. And then after I'm done that semester, I go back into the counselor. She's like, by the way, that psych class doesn't count for your degree. She was like,
I would be
what?
so
She's like,
tilted.
yeah, it was the wrong psych class for engineering. You took one that was like similar, but like one of the, letters is like off. And it was like, it's the same fucking, it's like Psych 101 that you freaking take in university, right?
Oh my god.
And I was like, I came to you to change my class and you didn't even catch that. Fucking how? Anyways, aside from that, I did have like an actual therapist. Like, I stopped seeing her like a couple months ago, something like that. But I saw her for like over half a year or around half a year. Very, very nice, very helpful.
Yeah. College was the first time I ever talked to a therapist, and but yeah, that was pretty much my
Mine was
first
high
experience
school.
with it.
They made me.
Wait, the school made
they
you?
made you?
Oh,
Wait,
yeah.
why?
Did you think you're depressed or like?
Oh yeah. They
Was
thought
that was that a negative experience for you? Like for someone to be like, you have
Forced
to go to
into
therapy.
You know
What kind of person
happened?
were you in high school, Lily?
I was very emo, so I had a
Clearly.
I had an online journal where I would type stuff.
Your manifesto.
Zanga?
That's cute. That's cute.
And then one time I was really depressed because I had a fight with my parents, and I just typed like I want to die, but like teenage stuff, like I want to
like
die.
teenage, I want to die, not
Yeah.
like adult, I want to die.
Yeah.
And then like my friend saw it and got really worried. She like took it and showed the
Oh, your friend's so nice.
At that time, I was pissed at her. I'm like, why would you do that?
You
I didn't
betrayed
I didn't
me.
actually want to die. I think.
Yeah.
But then, like, in retrospect, I completely understand why she did that.
Yeah.
So they made me go to a counselor.
How was that?
Aw.
It was fun. I was like, I just like went, and then he's like, "What do you like to do?" I'm like, "Play games." What kind of games do you like to play?
Oh man, did this
Online
therapist
games.
like really connect with you?
No, no, not at all.
Yeah.
He had a computer. He's like, "Would you like to show me what kind of games you like to play?" So there was a session where I just sat there playing games, and he watched.
Sounds like a pretty good deal.
It was just like weird. I'm like, why are we paying
That
money?
sounds
for
like
this?
he's talking to you like you're 5.
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
And,
they were
like,
just
don't know
expecting.
how to speak English.
They were just expecting you to pull up like Suicide Simulator
No, it was,
2000 or something.
It was. Do you remember Flash Revolution?
Yes.
Anybody?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yes.
Isn't it like keyboard?
It's like a
dance,
DDR,
dance?
but with like
Yeah.
a keyboard. Yeah, I thought I was like this shit back then. I was like so good at
Yeah.
it. And I would just like play. I'm like, this is the highest level I can do. And he's like,
That's
oh,
so dope. I love that.
Yeah, he was probably just concerned, like worried that you're gonna kill yourself. Like while she's playing games, she's not killing.
She's fine.
Look, everything's fine.
Toast, what about you?
No, I don't know. I can't talk about my emotion without crying.
Maybe that's why you need a therapist.
Yeah, maybe that's-
Have you ever thought?
we could cry together.
I don't know.
Okay.
It's not much to talk about. But I'm sure if I start talking, I'll just
Yeah,
keep talking and
yeah.
talking.
Yeah.
But do I really want to pay a guy like $100 an hour just so I can talk?
Well, you can get
It
health
can be worth
insurance
it.
and then it's cheaper, copay, you know?
Sometimes it's nice to like have a third person perspective.
Yeah.
Like I went to one like in college because I needed like the third person objective point of view. Like, what do I do? Like,
Yeah.
like that kind of stuff. It was nice.
Yeah, I don't know. As someone with like a lot of mental issues, it's so easy to let them spiral out of control because you like think about something that's depressing you, and then you like only see that perspective, and you dig yourself super deep into that hole, and then someone can be like, "Bro, have you looked at it this way?" And you're like, "Oh,
Oh my god, my mom told me something exactly like that when she came to see me. And I was like kind of in a bit of a rut. And she was like, you like worry too much. And she's like, listen, you need to just talk more about your emotions. Like, never tell us when things are wrong because you don't want to worry us. But you should talk more about them and talk about your emotions, about your emotions to everyone, because all you need is one person to give you another perspective that makes you feel better.
Yeah.
And like, you never know what people are going to say. And it really just takes one perspective or one small sentence that can entirely change your outlook on a situation. So I think it's worth the risk. Oh, also I want to say to anyone that's considering getting a therapist, 2 things about therapy. 1, I feel like a person really has to be ready and open for it to be effective at all.
Absolutely.
And 2, you need to find a therapist that like you connect with and can see yourself slowly opening up with.
Yeah.
It's difficult because sometimes I'll hear about friends that will like go to therapy and they'll meet with one person that they just don't click with, and they'll be like, fuck therapy.
Yeah.
It's like sometimes it's just that one person isn't right for you, or sometimes isn't right at all. There's some unqualified people out there, I'm just saying.
No, yeah.
Yeah, it can be a process finding a good
And
person.
that's one of the things that's shitty about it, that it takes a while, because it took me several different tries with a couple of different therapists to find somebody that I was like, oh, I could actually see this helping me out. And like, because like I once talked to this one lady and she was kind of like, so what's been on your mind? And like, and I'm like, I want to die. And like, it's just like, I don't know. It was so like, this isn't going to help me at all. And so yeah, I was like, okay. And so I like gave it a couple weeks, and I was like, this isn't working for me. I'm gonna go see someone else now.
and there's no shame in that.
Yeah, no,
It's like dating almost.
It kind of is,
Yeah.
and I honestly strongly suggest anybody, like, even if you're someone who's totally happy, like, it's just like a therapist is so nice. I don't know. That's just
I feel like
my
it's like
perspective. fun.
Exercise for the brain.
Yeah, no, it
Almost.
is. It is.
Go to the gym but for your brain. Fuck yeah.
Grow that brain.
Take care of your mental health.
Yes.
That's the guy who can't talk about his
His
emotions
emotions.
without crying. We love you, Toast. You can cry to us.
Maybe he doesn't want to say it in stream.
Oh, I'm just gonna bottle it up and then go.
No, I don't mean on
release it.
stream. I mean like off stream. You can always cry to us. At least me. I'd be
No.
happy to wipe your tears.
No.
I'll collect your tears and eBay it.
My burden is mine to shoulder.
Jesus Christ.
This all sounds really healthy.
Sounds super. Okay.
All right, so do you guys have anything coming up in the recent months and weeks? I know Pokey's got her Euro trip.
Hey.
When are you
Yeah.
leaving?
I'm leaving the 6th to France, hoping to stream and make content from there. Then I'll be in
Nice.
Berlin around the 12th. Back home around the 15th.
Wow.
Mm.
Oh,
busy.
are you gonna be in time for Game of Thrones on the 15th? Wait, is it the 14th?
Oh, are you guys all watching together?
Oh, hell yeah!
Yo, invite me over.
Hell yeah.
I
I
want
thought
to
you
watch
were gonna
that.
say hell no. I was
Yeah.
like, oh, I would love
We're
to
all
watch
gonna
with you guys.
sit
yeah.
around it, and I'm
Pokey,
gonna
we will
film
wait
the
for you.
reaction.
Thanks.
No, no.
Yes,
I'm watching
we
on
are.
the premiere. Okay, if she's not here,
They
It's
said
the 14th, apparently.
ooh,
Ooh.
Are you gonna wait?
no.
I'll catch up. We'll watch the next episodes together. All right.
Just get Wi-Fi on the plane.
Actually, I think my plane will have Wi-Fi.
Like you won't be able to stream it, but you can see like the text update. It's like, this character just
Oh,
stabbed
me?
this other character. You're like,
I'll
wow.
just read the subtitles.
You're just imagining it in your head.
Maybe it'll be good enough for audio streaming.
Oh, that is true. They have like those contextual for like blind people.
Oh my
Character A
God.
just walked into the room and looked at character B.
That'd be
I'll just do
amazing.
that.
Alright, so Josh, anything coming up?
I'm officially leaving Riot. and
Yeehaw!
That's happening. My last day is this next Friday. So
Double
after
yeehaw.
that, I'm Dunzo at Rito Games. I got to learn how to cook again.
Oh
'Cause
yeah.
I haven't-
Oh man, their calf is nice.
It's
Love
so
it.
nice. I haven't gotten groceries in over 5 years.
Do you
because
pay for the food at Riot?
No.
Oh, what?
No,
You
so-
used to have to, right?
No.
No,
Have you been
that's
to the
always been like the
cafeteria?
best
I've never
thing
been
about
to
Wait,
Riot
Toast.
despite being the Twitch Rivals champion.
Toast,
They
Toast.
can't
I'll get you in. I have
Ooh.
one last week. If you want to come in for lunch,
You
the
should
lunch
go.
is
You
actually
should go to
super
the
good.
cap.
It's
Just go to the
cafeteria.
cap.
It's
insane.
super good,
Yeah, it's
yeah.
really
be there
good.
like piling
And there's
on
like
food.
there's a
There-
smoothie bar.
There's
Yeah,
an
there's a
area
weight box.
where they do like
They do have takeaway boxes.
So would they be weirded out if I'm
Okay, well, if you're taking too much, maybe they'd be like,
Go off,
maybe not.
King.
And
You
the
tried
office
it.
and your writers are watching. We're just joking.
I'm
Yeah,
not.
we would never do that. But seriously, if you want, I only have 1 week left, so this is your last chance.
Ooh.
Yeah, the cafeteria is actually, I think, the best part about working.
It's
with
so
Riot, probably.
nice.
It's like a 5-star course buffet style food for
Yeah.
lunch and dinner. It's
Just
And
don't
they have
don't
like
eat
one,
and then
they have like
Crazy.
this chef area where they do something new every day.
yeah, they
like
call it
it's
the
something
test
like
kitchen.
gourmet and new.
and the
like,
drinks
it's really
are like
fucking
there's
nice.
so many. It's just there's dessert. Yeah, it's pretty nice.
It's super good.
Wait, can I have your job then?
Yeah.
Sounds nice. So what are you
I'll
gonna
take
do
my job
with
over streaming Hearthstone.
all that extra time?
So basically, I'll be doing my own content stuff, and then working on offline TV stuff more as
Yes.
well.
Hell yeah.
Yeah, and so
Damn right you will.
Yeah, so that's pretty much the stuff that's exciting, I guess.
Exciting. Every time you like lose a commitment like a job, you're like so free and you feel like you can do anything. 'Cause
Yeah.
It's like so
And
much
then
extra
a week
time.
later, you're like, holy shit, what
It's
did
like,
I do?
I
Yeah.
need to do something.
Yeah, I think of myself as being like super privileged. Like, not a lot of people can say like, "Oh yeah, I'm just gonna quit my job and like do this like other thing because I think it's more fun." You know what I mean? Like,
Yeah.
most people are like, "Oh, jobs are like something you do because literally your life
Need
depends on it." Yeah. But you know, I figure if all goes to hell, I can always reapply. So
Yeah,
whatever.
no, I'm proud of you for
Yeah.
taking this step.
It's a
Thank
new
you,
step.
thank you. Yeah, it's
Especially because you have so many people that
Excited.
support you like us. So whatever may happen, we'll be here for you to help out however we can.
Mm,
Except cooking.
Will, you're supporting me, right?
yeah.
You guys have a podcast together. All right, Lily, what's coming up for you?
Nothing.
You have that trip coming up, right?
Wait, what?
Yeah.
Trip?
No, I'm trying to throw you some a lifeline.
Oh my
Just
god!
pretend, just
I'm
pretend.
going somewhere. What?
You
We-
have that event. that you're excited
Like,
about?
literally-
You're getting
nothing.
married.
Stop! No.
Baby.
Baby.
Your new dog that you're gonna get?
Mm.
Oh, the HTC Vive.
Oh yeah, the HTC
Nice.
Vive event where you're gonna
Yeah,
be
no,
playing
that'll
VR
be-
Yes,
games
I
with
will
all your
be
I
friends.
wish I
there.
was going. No lie.
And,
Oh yeah, what is that Vive event?
It's a Vive
It's a
Summit
Vive
thing.
event.
You just
Like,
play Vive
you play
games
Vive
with a
games.
bunch of other content
It's
creators.
pretty chill. I liked it a lot last
Oh.
time. So,
Play Beat Saber.
I love
I've never played Beat Saber.
Get out,
looks really
bro.
fun.
That game is so fun. How's Sekiro?
Sekiro's great. I had this like potentially like working with something
Mm-hmm.
that failed.
Okay, tell us about it. That's a good
Wait, if
story.
it failed, then you can talk about
I can't
it.
talk about it.
What?
I just can't. But
Can you in like very broad?
I'll be very broad.
Yeah.
I had a meeting. I thought they liked me. And they're like, "Oh, we'll shoot you a message by next week. If we don't shoot you a message, here's our card." You know, I thought it was all good. You know, I come home. You know, I'm still excited, really excited. Like 30 minutes later, they email me, "Hey, it was nice talking with you. Real pleasure. Fortunately, it's gonna be a pass from me. I have a number of other women that I'm more interested in." They worded it like
Why
that.
does that sound like dating?
Yeah. Also, 30 minutes later, they couldn't have like.
No,
I
they
don't know.
literally messaged me at like half an hour after I got home. So it told me that I was never a candidate. I was so depressed that day. That's why I didn't stream.
I
That's
don't
actually
understand why you went in. Why? What? How were you never a candidate if
I
you
just
did an audition?
Yeah, I don't know. I was just never a choice, I guess. I don't know. Well,
Wow,
shit happens.
that's-
Rejection happens.
Can I be honest? That sounds like such a nerd neckbeard shit to say. I have
Yeah.
a number of other women I'm interested in.
Number of other women in the something. It was like something like that. But the way they
You were
worded
better
it,
off without those
the
people.
way they worded it like threw me off. I'm like, wait, I've never been rejected like in this manner before. I'm like, oh god.
Sounds oddly personal.
Yeah, I mean, I don't mind being rejected. Like, hey, sorry, like we're not gonna have to blah blah blah. Thank you for your time. That's fine. That's professional.
That's weird.
It's so weird. That's what I thought.
I have
too.
a number of other women I'm interested in that have much larger breasts.
And you never
than
had
you.
a chance.
I just felt like I didn't have a chance because of how fast they decided. But whatever.
Who was that? Who was it? It was the
Yeah.
company?
I'll tell you later.
You know, we're talking about toxic fan bases. Let's start yours.
Yeah.
Mm.
Get your fan base to like leave
Everyone pick up
angry
your
Yelp
forks.
comments.
It's whatever.
Your
Shit
torches.
happens. I get more opportunities.
Good on you, Lily. That's good mindset.
Their laws.
Yeah.
That's what I told myself.
Oh, one thing I want to talk about. Article 13.
Oh, the EU
I don't know what
thing.
it is.
Does anyone know? Like, so I know it has to do with copyright, right? And
we're so uneducated.
well, it's
I believe it has to do with copyright laws and how much platforms are going to filter the content that you put up there. For example, they talked about filtering things before they can even be uploaded to be scanned for copyright infringement. But I feel like that is such a very technologically difficult thing to do. Like, we can barely do that with audio and detecting when songs are anywhere. Imagine having to do that with visual stuff. But either way, I kind of looked into it, and as far as I know, it's going to start being implemented in like 2021-ish. So what I'm thinking is I'm gonna try to make as much fucking money before then. So if anything goes wrong, I'm set for life.
But that's Europe only, right?
Pardon?
That's Europe only?
Yeah, but Europe is still like freaking massive. And I don't know how much it'll affect content elsewhere.
I feel like the more people try to censor stuff, it's not gonna work.
I don't know. I
Wait,
mean,
that's good for
there
us.
are certain countries that censor a
Oh,
lot.
that's true.
yeah.
But I thought Europe.
Have you
would
heard
be
of
more,
China?
Open.
Yeah. Like it has ended up working in a sense in some areas.
I'm trying to look up
very
like
scary.
a top line of what Article 13 is. A lot of people are just saying, "Oh, it's going to reshape YouTube and blah blah blah," but I don't actually see anything that says like, "This is what Article 13 is."
I
This
think it's
is-
because it's so hard to tell like just at this point
Yeah.
before things are actually starting to be enforced.
Mm.
But as North American streamers, it benefits us. because less competition from EU streamers because they can't stream anymore.
You would think, but that also means
They can't
less
see us.
EU eyeballs on our stuff.
Wait, they can't see us?
Because our content will also be filtered for any copyright infringement.
Yeah, down with
Yeah.
Article 13.
Also, companies will just like pull out because they
Mhm.
don't want it to be over there.
Mhm.
When it affects him, all of a sudden,
Suddenly.
the light bulb goes on.
Article 13 needs to
Must
be
die.
destroyed. Don't worry, my EU brethren.
Toast is like, let me change my vote again for Article 13.
We stand together. Yeah, that's crazy to think about. And like it passed like the voting. Because like in North America, you hear stuff like, there was a popular one. I don't know what it's called. Like the FTC was trying to like do the same shit where they
Yeah.
monetized the internet.
Yep.
And then it went to voting and people had to like rally Reddit, YouTube,
Mhm.
Google.
Yeah,
Yeah,
everything
yeah.
went dark.
Yeah.
I'm so surprised that
Net
didn't work for
neutrality.
this too. Oh yeah,
Yeah.
net neutrality.
Yeah, yeah.
Please don't touch my memes. Thank you. Actually, that's so scary. Cause like, I don't know about you guys, my entire freaking life is on the internet. So if I get annoyed enough when my VOD gets muted because I'm playing fucking Cardi B's ratchet song, you know? So I'm imagining like all of my content, every platform I use being like filtered for copyright infringement or literally anything. Filtered in general is very, very scary. Because what we all love the most about the internet is that you can kind of fuck around as much as you want on it.
Yeah.
Or at the very least, there's an area for anything.
This is actually such a deep topic
Like
that we can get
8chan,
into.
That I learned about today.
Say what? Oh yeah, 8chan. No, it's crazy because like when you think about it, how much of the internet is shaped by like the idea that it's all free and like you can search for whatever you want. But then if it isn't, then your whole perception of the world might even change. You know, like people talk about echo chambers, like with censorship, it's even worse. I don't know. It's crazy.
What if the you know what? Never mind.
Imagine if like video games start like requiring copyrights to stream them. Like if League of Legends just one day decided, hey, you can't stream our game unless
Japan did that, right? So when Persona 5 came out, there was a lot of controversy over this.
Well, I think there were issues like that with
X-Chapter.
Nintendo.
Yeah,
Nintendo
Japanese
and Pokemon,
companies, yeah,
yeah.
in general, they were just like,
that's
oh, don't
very-
stream.
like it's weird because like it's their right.
Mm-hmm.
But it's so weird to us when someone doesn't let us use their
Yeah.
content. It's like,
Yeah.
wait, you're not letting us use your content for free?
It's just yeah.
Hold up. But like that's just how the internet works. Like everything is so like free and like you use my stuff, I use your stuff kind of deal.
Yeah.
And it is very hard to think about like where to draw the line of fairness.
Yeah.
People always say like, oh, exposure this, exposure that. It's like, where can you really draw that line? You know?
Yeah.
Oh my god, that's so cute.
Maybe so big. When you had that picture of you
Yo,
older,
she's
I was like, oh my god.
Adult sized.
She's so cute.
She like this is my Pokemon. You know?
I think of our pets as Pokemon.
Same.
Let's verse.
Huh?
Let's verse each other.
My cat is fucking massive. She'll just eat
Go
Yeah,
Temmie.
maybe we'll take one bite out of Temmie and
Temmie's
it's over.
fast, okay? Temmie can tail whip.
All right. So I think that's gonna do it for the podcast. Thank you all so much for watching.
Oh
Do we
my-
have
Take
any?
it away, Toe.
Yeah, this is.
Well, we can do the sub thanking after the outro. But any closing statements, Josh?
No, thanks for having us, Toast, on the podcast. It was fun talking about stuff.
Pokey,
Thanks for watching before all content gets filtered.
Lily,
You, looking at you.
Instagram.com/LilyPupsTube for my dog's Instagram.
Toast?
Instagram.com/disguisetoast. Look, if we're gonna be doing this, I need to get mine. All right, guys. Thanks for watching. I don't have to tell you guys to like, comment, subscribe
Because we
Because
did
we
it in
know
the
you
because we did it at the
beginning.
beginning, which
But in
has
case
been
you didn't watch it.
proven.
But in case you... Oh,
Okay.
Mimi. No,
Mimi. Oh.
Yeah, get it, Mimi. Get
Oh,
this. Yeah,
she's-
fuck it up, Moo.
Is
Fuck
she
it up,
scratching
Moo.
the screen?
End the video.